Hence, I'm going to talk about modals of ability and possibility with can. Can is used to describe general abilities in present and future tense. For example, in positive sentences, she can speak English very well. In negative sentences, she cannot speak English very well. In short questions, can she speak English very well? And answer is yes, she can, and no, she cannot. And information question is with WH words. For example, what, where, who, why, who. And in this case, I use who. Who can she speak English very well? And the answer is she have lesson all days. Then, in this case, I use could to talk about ability and possibility. Could is to describe ability in past tense. For example, in this case, I have two sentences, and because could represent two possibilities of answer with be able to. In this case, be able to is used to describe abilities in present, past, and future tense. Look at those sentences and see the difference. In the first sentences, I couldn't help you because I had too much to do. These sentences have past meaning, but we can use be able to describe the similar ability. For example, I wasn't able to help you because I had much to do. In the second sentences, I couldn't help you even if I wanted to. In this part, couldn't represent conditional meaning, but we can use able to. For example, I couldn't be able to help you even I want to do. Can and could and be able to generally have the same meaning, except in positive past sentences which talk about a specific ability.
3.
In this part, I'm going to speak about requests and offers. Requests and offers you can use with can, could, may, and do you may. This is used to ask permission to do something. For example, can I go to the bathroom? Can I use your pencil? In this part, we can see a chart of use may, could, and can. In this part, may is more formal than can, and could is formal and polite than can. For example, may is very formal and polite. You can use may in informal situation with person that you don't know. And could is formal and polite and can, but can is used in formal conversation and writing and different situations. For example, in this part, there are three important characteristics about can, could, and may. And do you may? For example, use the base form of the verb when you write and talk about with can, could, may and do you mean if. With do you mean if the verb agrees with the subject. Don't forget that you can use please with formal situation, and this is very important when you use please. For example, could I use your computer please? Or may I please use your computer? In this part, we can see that please is in different parts. For example, in these sentences, use please in the ending of sentences, and in this part, use place in the middle of sentences. For example, when you use please in this part of sentences, don't forget that you need use comma all time. Okay, in this part, you say, could I use your computer, comma, please? And don't forget, ask question. In this part, use please in the middle of sentences before subject. May I please use your computer? In this part, don't forget that it's not necessary use comma. To answer, it's very important that there are more formal answer and less formal answer. For example, if your answer is yes, you can use certainly or of course, because when you say no or yes, the other person here is very strong. Okay, other. Could I use your computer, please? You can use certainly, of course, because it's very formal situation. And in this part, may I please use your computer? If your answer is no, you can use sorry or other answer, but no, not. May I please use your computer? The answer is sorry, I don't have.
Yes.
Today I'm going to speak about advice and suggestion. To do advice and suggestion, we can use should, ought to, and have better. It's often to use to give advice. Should and ought to for general advice, and have better is very strong in advice. You can use maybe, perhaps, and I think to often advice. For example, maybe you should be more careful with your tasks. Okay, in this part you can use may, perhaps, something to formal situations, and to the other people don't hear very strong advice. In this part and suggestion, you can use might or want to, could, why don't or doesn't, and why not. These are used to make suggestions. Suggestions are not as strong advice. For example, you might want to call the teacher, or why don't you call the teacher? Don't forget that you don't use could not in negative suggestions. In this part, you can use might not want to.